basically useless in every situation but one, like being able to solve a Rubik's Cube or say the alphabet backwards. Well, I do, and my skill only comes in handy in second hour during the fall. My second hour skill is marching. I've been in band since 7th grade, and we first started marching in 8th for the Highland Festival. Now I've gotten very good at marching this year, and I'm going to show you so you can have this skill too. I'm going to show you how to forwards march, backwards march, and march side to side with in-depth descriptions on how. It is important to know how to properly do these skills, because when you are marching, you play a huge role in the overall picture of the band. In order for you to have a successful show, your technique needs to be good, otherwise your show will not look put together. First, I'm going to show you how to forwards march. Forwards marching is important because it's how you get from point A to point B the quickest. First is your step off. You're going to kick out while slightly bending at the knee so that your foot hits on count 1, like this. This is important so that everyone looks the same. Next is your toe lift. You want to make sure your toes as pointed to the sky as you can make it. You're going to do this by flexing your ankle upwards. And lastly is your roll step. You want to use your back leg to push forwards on your toe as this one rolls down until you switch feet. Now that you learned how to march forwards, you can roll and push to go backwards. Backwards marching is obviously important when you want to go backwards. First is also your step off. This time, you're going to go up in your toes and kick off in a fluid motion. You don't want to make this look choppy. You're going to stay on your toes. You do not want to roll back on your heels. While you're standing on your feet, you're going to gently drag your toes on the ground. This is important so your head does not bob up and down. Now we can use both those skills to go side to side or in diagonals. You don't always march straight forwards or backwards in a show, so you have to know how to go in other directions. It is important to keep your shoulders flat to the audience, because it's a lot easier to turn your shoulders away from the crowd when you're not marching straight up. You want to maintain proper technique that we talked about earlier. It's easy to forget your roll step or to stay on your toes when you're marching sideways. The percussion have a special way of marching side to side. It's hard for them to march the way we do with their drums. Our senior percussionist here is going to show us. This is called crab stepping. Instead of turning their legs and keeping their shoulders flat to the audience, they have both straight out. They then will have one foot stepping behind the other, and this is how they walk sideways. You have to constantly be doing your best marching. This will play a large role in the overall picture of the band, even though it seems so small. If you don't, your show won't look put together. Forwards marching and your roll step are very obvious when done correctly and incorrectly. Backwards marching has to look smooth and not like you're bouncing. Lastly, your side-to-side marching can really show your flaws when done incorrectly because they can see your whole foot from the side. Now, I challenge you to go find a dotted parking lot and try these simple marching skills. You will not regret it. Unless you're in those situations where the skill is useless,